there and welcome to Gaining Vision. I'm Melanie. Have you had an opportunity to subscribe to the channel yet? If not, take a second, hit subscribe, and please don't forget to like and share. During COVID-19, things are very different in the way we access services. We have to keep in mind the masks, the social distancing, and just being patient. I wanted to share a couple of experiences I had going to the bank in the last few weeks. I'm going to start with experience number one. I had to go to the bank to deposit a check for the charity. So I had to visit the teller. So when you go to the bank, you need to talk to the lady outside and then line up. She takes your name and your phone number so they can report any cases of COVID-19, and you let her know if you're going to the ATM or to the teller. So the ladies asked me what I was there for. I explained I need to see a teller to go to deposit a check for the charity. She said, okay, you need to go to the back of the line, and she walked me to the back of the line. She saw my weight cane. She knew I couldn't see. So I thought, okay, I'll wait my turn, and I stood at the back of the line. And the line kept moving up and moving up. Finally, my husband, from sitting in the car, comes out and says, you need to move up. I couldn't see the line moving. He got very frustrated and said, why are you in the line anyway? Because he knew from previous experiences of taking me to the bank that they were supposed to take anybody who was a senior or an individual with a disability right into the bank. So I explained this to the girl. She said, oh, okay. So she took me in and sat me in a chair. She said, okay, you'll be next. The teller will call out to you. All right. So I sat there and I waited and I waited. And I could hear a lot of people going up to the teller ahead of me. Finally, she came and she said, oh, well, you need to go up to the teller. And I said, oh, well, I didn't know it was my turn. She's like, oh, come here, I'll show you and stand over there. And she points. And how did I know she was pointing? Because she's saying stand over there. And I said, well, could you please tell me where exactly I need to stand because I can't see where you're pointing. So I stood where she directed me. Now, of course, usually I might ask to be guided, but with social distancing, I just went by her voice. And I waited, and two people went up ahead of me. Finally, she saw what was going on, and she said, okay, your turn is next. Come up to the teller, and she walked with me up to the teller. I did my banking, and as I was talking to the teller, I explained to her my concern. You know, I can't see, so for me to sit and wait to be told it's my turn, and nobody comes and verbally tells me is a problem. And I was a little bit frustrated because, you know, I have no problem waiting my turn, but they weren't doing as they usually did. She apologized, and then the girl came back that had brought me in and said, okay, I'll walk you out. Almost walking me into the sliding door. Just saying. I went home, I explained my frustration to my husband, and I said, you know, this is just crazy. What just happened? Because usually the bank is really good. And they're so good that they know me by name. So when I go to TD Bank here in Mississauga at Mavis and Dundas, they're always right on it. He's like, oh, maybe it was just an off day. So this week I had to go back to the bank and deposit some more checks for the charity. This time I went to the front of the line and stood there and waited. And a different girl came up to me and said, hi, how are you? How are you doing? Can I have your name? Took down my phone number, asked what I was doing. She said, come on in, and she guided me in. This time she took me directly up to the teller and said, so-and-so, this gentleman's going to help you. And the teller, I had seen him from previous visits before, and he's like, Miss Taddeo, how are you? Having a conversation, we were talking about COVID as he's doing my banking, and it was a fantastic experience. After we finished the banking, he said, is there anything else that I can assist you with? And of course I say, which way is out? He's like, here, let me come around and help you. He came around from the counter and helped guided me out, verbally cueing me to watch for the door, watch the pillar, and keeping a social distance. My experience was wonderful. I got home and in my email was a survey. So I filled in the survey because I was thrilled with the customer service I had gotten. And the fact that the sensitivity training that was lacking from my first visit was there. It came to my knowledge after this why things had changed so drastically. I was saying to my husband after the first visit, that bank needs sensitivity training of how to work with individuals with disabilities and meet their needs. It was just really uncomfortable. Well, Little did I know that at that visit, the manager of the branch was watching and was really upset by what she saw. So she took it upon herself to call a staff meeting and train and go through the sensitivity training that they had all received from many times before, but how it had shifted during COVID-19. So now everybody at the branch has been retrained on how to help reach each other's needs. For me, the most puzzling part of the whole adventure was not once the first lady that brought me into the bank had asked how she could best support me. She just took it upon herself of what she thought was best. Whereas the second lady definitely said, "Can I guide you?" She asked questions, and she did the right thing by taking me directly to things because she knew I couldn't see where I had to stand. The teller obviously goes beyond and above and beyond the customer service, and the manager, kudos to her, because she was watching her staff, she was observing and ensuring that the customers were having a good customer service experience and seeing where there was need for improvement. TD Bank has always been exceptional at working with individuals with disabilities, whether as staff or customers. They go out of their way to best support us. They have the accessible depot for those individuals with wheelchairs. They also have accommodations to help those with us with vision loss that may be using an accessible device where we use our headset to hear what everything's saying. But overall, the staff at the TD Bank here in Mississauga has been exceptional in helping me, and I will continue using that service, whether it's COVID or not. So my hat's off to everybody at the TD Bank at Mavis and Dundas in Mississauga. You're doing an amazing job. Keep up the good work. Until next time, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share, and I'll catch you next time. See ya!